What up, family? So, okay, admittedly, I'm having recorder issues. Later on, I'll post up the CMC Plus. I think it's called CMC Plus. It's like a Super Smash Brothers. It's like a 2D Mugen slash Super Smash Brothers build. It's pretty crazy. But for this video specifically, I'm gonna be pretty quick about it. This is my MVC3 fam. So far for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I have the EX mod, which basically just overhauls the gameplay, makes all the characters better. I have a reshade on the game too, just to pop the colors a little more. I'm just gonna quickly go through. I think I should do the roster first. I'll go to the character select screen, and I'll just show you really quick, fam, what the selectable characters are, and then I'll jump over into the gallery and I'll show you like a plethora of different costumes and stuff. This is pretty nuts, man. It's like a completely different game in my opinion. I don't know if you're familiar with Maximilian Dude, fam. You probably are. But Maximilian Dude put out a bounty. He gave like 5K to some dude to like expand the character select roster. And he did so. And this is the end result. It's really an amalgamation of a couple of different mods. It's like character swap or character palette swap mod and was it Cali King's engine expansion. It's pretty nuts, man. I'm gonna go up. Here's Jill. I'm gonna go right above Jill here. As you can see there's a zombie Spider-Man. You have to select them to see the portrait or whatever. You have Sakura, Wesker from Stars. This is like a modified version of the default game's Wesker. It's pretty nuts, fam. I'll move up. There's Asura. I don't know if you're familiar with Asura's Wrath. You probably are. But you're my best friend. I know what you're into. Here's Cammy. Freaking Rashid from Street Fighter 4. 4 or 5? I think he's in 4. Freaking Hisenko. She's from I think she's from Dark Stalkers. Felicia. Actually, these are the regular characters. My fault. Disregard the Hisenkyo and Felicia characters. So I'm going right down here below Hager into another secret area. Don't worry, it kind of wraps around to the top, but I'm just going to start from the bottom here. As you can see there's Ken. I believe that model's from Street Fighter 4. There's Shadow Lady, which is like Chun-Li. It's like a dark version of the base game Chun-Li. Freaking Monster Hunter, which is actually a character from MVCI. I'm not sure if it's this version specifically, given the costume that it's wearing, but it's yeah, the freaking Monster Hunter from the following game, fam. Jake, I think he's from Infamous. Gambit. Finally, we got a Gambit in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, fam. He's not part of the default roster, which is pretty nuts. The freaking Thing from Fantastic Four. And that's it for everything below Hager here. So I'm going over to Sea Viper to the right. I'm just going to tap down. Freaking Gal is modded into MVC3. Already this roster is almost doubled over, by the way. Evil Ryu. I've always wanted an Evil Ryu instead of doing like a crappy skin swap for the default version of Ryu. So whoever made this Evil Ryu, which I think was Cali King. Don't hold me to that. I'm not sure if it was Cali King or the palette swap, but whoever made it, they're freaking genius. Dante from DMC1. DMC1, by the way, is my favorite Dante. I know there's an alternate Dante in the game somewhere. Where is he? There he goes. There's the alternate Dante. This version of Dante, I believe, is from DMC3. Which is, by the way, I like DMC3 also, but I just don't like it more than one. One looks cooler. Freaking Chris from Stars. Batsu from Rival Schools. Famo, it's Batsu. Aside from that, there's a freaking Galactus, fam. Like, you can play as the boss of the game. Pretty nuts, man. Like, I'll admit I freaked a little bit. And it comes with palettes and stuff. This modding stuff is insane, dude. Specifically for this one. I'll cover that later. My fault. I just kind of ruined that and showed you Strider. So I just tapped over and went to Phoenix right. This time, no, I'm going to the bottom this time. So I'm going to Ratsu. I'm gonna tap down and I'm just gonna show what's in the secret area below Amaterasu. Freaking Charlie. I believe Charlie's from MVC2. Shin Akuma, which is like an alternate version of Akuma. I haven't played with it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's like a powered up version of him. So like if the if the default version of Akuma shoots like fireballs in the air, Shin Akuma should shoot like two or three of them. He's like, you get the gist of what I'm saying, fam. Freaking Lilith from Darkstalkers. That's if you're not familiar, oops, if you're not familiar, fam, Lilith is Morgan's other half. So like in the story of Darkstalkers, she kind of like split herself, and Lilith is just another part of Morgan. She think of her as the creepy illegal lolly version of Morgan or whatever. Freaking Phoenix and Maya. Phoenix and Maya is kind of obscure. I keep tapping back. Sorry, fam. But it's kind of obscure. But it's just Phoenix Wright and his assistant in a different outfit, and they have a completely different move set or whatever, fam, or whatever. And Iceman, dude, freaking Iceman, fam. I believe Iceman's from MVC 2, maybe in 1. I don't think he's in 1. So I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna try to do it from the bottom every time. Here's Phoenix. I'm just gonna tap down and go below Phoenix into her secret area. Jean Grey, which is an alternate version of Phoenix. Captain Marvel, which is modded in. I believe she's a playable character in MVCI, which is the following game, or Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Freaking Orange Hulk, which is kind of, I think this is obscure. Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of Orange Hulk, but it's awesome that he's in here. Sherry, I'm pretty sure she's from Resident Evil. Don't hold me to it. I'm not really too familiar with her. The only Sherry I know is a doctor from Resident Evil 2, from Resident Evil 2. Freaking Carnage is modded in the game, fam. Finally, this is the first Marvel vs. Capcom game that actually gives you a Carnage, regardless of if we modded it in. That's pretty awesome. Alright, so I'm just going to go back up to Phoenix here. I'm just going to tap over, and I'm going to go below Magneto. So we have Wolverine. I'm pretty sure this is X-23, dressed as Wolverine, and her moveset has been completely overhauled. Moonstone. Moonstone is obscure. Obscure is not fair to say, but she's not a super popular character. In my opinion, she looks like old school Captain Marvel with like a different costume on. I'm referring to her bodysuit. Sentinel from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is a completely reworked different version of Sentinel. The base game or the default game has a Sentinel too, but the MVC2 version of it is just like, it's completely different, fam. Freaking Hunk. Hunk is a stupid character from a Resident Evil game that was released. It didn't do so well, but hey, man, like you could play as Hunk. Imagine getting like beat up by Hunk, dude. And Bishop from X-Men. Got some melanin in here. But yeah, Bishop, the rip off Cable. All right, so I'm gonna move over here to She-Hulk. I'm just going to tap down, fam, and see what's below She-Hulk. Freaking Psylocke, well, it's not official, but a modded Psylocke has been added to UMVC3. Psylocke is my all-time favorite female character. Thanos, and Thanos has crazy skins, fam. They're like nuts, man. But I'm gonna move on. Yeah. So Thanos is modded in here. What's going on my controller? Alright. Freaking Red She-Hulk. An alternate version of She-Hulk. And this is like legit, fam. It's not the same as the default game She-Hulk, which is this right here. But Red She-Hulk is crazy, dude. I already tested Red She-Hulk. It is just, words can't explain it, fam. Just different move set, all that stuff. Freaking Krauser, dude. He's from Resident Evil 4. I want to say 4. Yeah, he's from 4. I'm sure he's from a previous Resident Evil also. But specifically, I remember this dude from Resident Evil 4. It's kind of crazy having Krauser in here. I low-key kind of like his character too. Venom has been modded in the game, fam. I know Venom and Carnage are like kind of our thing. Like Venom's my character. I absolutely know if you were playing this with me right now, you probably pick Carnage and Deadpool on your team. But yeah, somebody modded Venom in here, dude, and he's got some crazy costumes. Hawkeye has his own custom move set. He has some crazy costumes added to him. I'm actually still modding him, but he's a default character. I'll I'll showcase it in the gallery, like all of his skins and stuff. I'll cover everybody's skins. All right, so I'm gonna tap over. I'm gonna go to Taskmaster. I'm just gonna tap down and go into the secret area below him. Cyclops. Modded in Cyclops, fam. Cyclops is specifically from MVC2. Crazy. This is just simply insane, dude. Ultron. Ultron's the boss of MVCI, which is the following game after 3. But that's insane, man. Somebody modded in Ultron. And the moveset is like T for T, just like the next game. Spider-Gwen, she's from Into the Spider-Verse, or actually, she has her own subsect of comics that were released by Marvel. And her costume design, I have to admit, is insane, man. She's like a really good female Spider character. I actually like her more than most other Spider-Man characters. Like a good example is Miles Morales. I think her costume looks it's the greatest costume I've ever seen in my life. Freaking Leon from Resident Evil 2. You might play with Leon. I gotta pick your brain about Leon. I can't remember if you like Leon's character design or if you hate it. I'll ask you about it later, fam. Captain Commando from MVC2. I'm freaking out, dude. I'm freaking out. I already saw the moveset. I watched the trailer on YouTube. It's pretty nuts. I know all these characters, these secret characters work in game too. In the arcade and all that stuff. I did the research in depth. I just plopped them on top of my game recently. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump over to the gallery. But this video is pretty long, so I'm gonna do a part 2. Whatever I name this video, it's probably gonna be like MVC3 Secret Characters. I'll make a part 2 video and then I'll call it Character Gallery. Alright, I'll see you in a bit, fam.